Well, it was summer, she starts. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one, many times my height, I remember, when all of a sudden... Wait, where was this and how old were you? I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there. Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, about 20 kilometres from here. What happened? The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know how this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. She looks at you. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. Did you follow it? I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me. Then what? I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. She chuckles, of course. She just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties, when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Yes, it fits in with that theme of impressing boys, impressing this guy. I might be wrong, though. Maybe she really did see it. She brushes her hair back. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morrill. We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. She smiles. He said my descriptions matched the phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved. So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them. We're getting into some stuff here. Maybe it was the other way around. Morrill dated her because he had heard she had met this thing? Maybe? You were on a date? Our first, yes, the old woman sighs tenderly. The sigh is tender, yes, but tempered by something else, a thought she can't express. Interesting. She thinks he was only interested in her for the phasmid sighting. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's see. Its limbs are white. Not all of them, as far as I remember, but some of them on the inside, like stalks of marble, if that makes sense. And how big was it? It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case. What if it is the case? Maybe you imagined it, Lena. Of course, I thought about it, but Morrill says my report matches with the others, and I'm sure I hadn't heard of the phasmid as a child, nor had my mother or my grandmother. So how did I know what to imagine? It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, she lowers her voice, imitating her voice. Lena, you trying to tell us that you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. She smiles. They just give me a cider and a ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming, but I saw it. Kim, what do you think of this? I thought it was a wonderful story, madam. He closes his notes and gives her a simple smile. Thank you for sharing with me. You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just, she sighs, such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm. So these things maybe only come out in the warmth. We'll have to think about that. And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere. Sad. Okay, maybe you could convince her to tell her about some cool cryptids. Success. There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. I'm going to regret this. Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them? Oh, I'd be delighted, truth be told. I could really use the company too. The lieutenant throws you one of his looks. Trust me, I know exactly how he feels. One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid, promise. He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, let's hear about all the interesting cryptids. Ooh, tough choice here. What's the biggest cryptid? That would be the giant of Coco Nur, she says, as if it's common knowledge. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Coco Nur desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. Wait, what do you mean, odd light? A mirage, or a psychogenous luminance. She does not elaborate the nature of this luminance further. And just how big is it? No one knows for sure. It's like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon, and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision. Is it dangerous? This sounds like a lot of bollocks to me. The towering luminosity of Coco Nur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a Fata Morgana, others a fate unimaginable. Is that just what Fata Morgana means? Fate unimaginable. Hooey, Lieutenant interjects. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage. That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Coco Nur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you can see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Coco Nur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes. Gravity anomaly? Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right there. I'm glad it's given me more stuff to talk about, because that sounds like the biggest load of rubbish ever. Tiniest. Lieutenant leans in. Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid. But Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too? Okay, we'll move on. It'd be dishonourable to renege on my promise. That's all for now. Maybe when he's not here, I can come and talk to her about cryptids. Not that I really want to. Okay, let's talk to this dude and give him a stuffed grouse.
Can I help you?
Garte, I found a new bird for the whirling. Give him the ruffed grouse. What is this thing? The man takes a stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. What? The interior decorating kind? He inspects the bird somewhat suspiciously, then mellows. You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. Yes. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. He hesitates. So I don't know. Thank you? I'm going to go with thank you. People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem. I feel good about our work here today, the Lieutenant nods. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals. It's not actually about that, but he liked it. Garte, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. Why don't you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? This is my way of apologising for the trouble I've caused. Please let me say I'm sorry. By causing more trouble, I think we're good. Yeah, but look him in the eye. Johnny Law is about to tear it up sad style. The whirling doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles it can do without right now. Why do you even have a PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the... He begins confidently, but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. What happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. I can just imagine me having a similar result. It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I've paid my bills and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha! Well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. He's lying, but whatever. You don't really need his lame tracks. It's all right. I have my own song with me. Give him the tape for smallest church in Saint-Séance. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown hard. Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Perception hearing. I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Goodbye. Excellent. Here we go. What's this say? This feels right. You belong here. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. 83%. I'm a superstar cop. Look around in the room first. The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. Has that got worse? Nope. Look, Kim, I'm going to sing karaoke. I can see that. Lieutenant steps away from the stage, ready for your performance. Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands? Oh my god, too close to the mic. What do I need? Drama. Leave. Just a minute. Just a minute. I might have clothes that... Anything negates drama I'm wearing. Logic. Don't think so. +2 drama with a bow tie. Anything boosts drama? I'm going to need all the help I can get here. No, not that, unfortunately. Inland Empire. Absolutely nothing. Hang on, what about... I've got no food, I've got no... morale. Intellect. If I take some cigarettes, it boosts my intellect? Is drama an intellect skill? It is. Ooh. Let's light up a fag. And what about anything else? I lose 1 health, but that's okay. I'm going to go and sleep soon, so let's try this. Let's come out of this. Let's go for the cigarettes. Nicotine, intellect raised. Nice. Damaged health. Yes, I know. I know. I don't know how long that's in effect for. And this. Okay, and have I got the skill point? Let's spend it in drama. I'm going to do the best damn... Hang on, let's save. I'm going to do the best damn karaoke ever. It's an 8. It's not going to get better than... It's fine. Drama. Formidable. Let's go for it. Ching. Success. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go. YouTube copyright moment coming up here, I suspect.
I would often go there. To the tiny church there. The smallest church in San.
Is that what I sound like?
Though it once was larger. How the real may rest there.
This is weird.
Down through the mist there. Toward the 7 sisters. Toward those pale cliffs there.
So tragic.
I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there.
I actually sound like an alcoholic smoker.
I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters. At all.
That's quite a performance. I don't know what to say about that. 30 XP gained. I would often... Oh, that's the words. A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your handshake as awareness of your body returns to you. I'd like to dedicate this song to my partner, Kim... I don't know. I'd like to dedicate the song to the RCM. Please don't fire me. I don't want to dedicate this song to anyone. I performed it for myself. The microphone amplifies your voice in an uncomfortable manner. Someone coughs. Most people have gone back to talking now. Good, good. The cafeteria manager intervenes to cut the moment short. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphones now. Last words? Whip out your finger pistols, shoot in the air and leave. Do we see it? Do we see it? No. Well, interesting. Does my buddy say anything?
Yes.
Nothing. Can we do that again? I enjoyed that.
The smallest church in Sensei, right?
The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognised the song. Told you I'd rock that shit. It was alright. He doesn't sound like he thinks you rocked it. Subdued. I might start letting people up there again. Now, what can I do for you? Goodbye. It was better than just alright. Anyway, we've got to go and talk to the lady upstairs. We've got to go back to the apartments after 9 o'clock to catch the smoking guy. There's a lot going on. I wonder what YouTube's going to make of the copyright issue on that song, if there's anything. It's not the game company that are claiming it. It's the orchestra or band that, is it Sea Storm or something, Productions or something like that? I can't remember, that actually did the music for this game. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? That. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. Been staying here a long time, this lady. Need to do something behind the lieutenant's back, sneak out after he's gone to sleep. Very wise. I see I've had some dropped frames on the stream over the course of it. Not an awful lot, but I don't know. Let me know if you've seen any issues, folks.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
We've listened to the recording. The deceased states he intends to commit rape. Daystar TP, nice game. It is a nice game. I'm enjoying it the more I get into it. A lot of reading out, but it's fun, and it's one that, yeah, I think I'd recommend it. It's a good investigation. She puts her coffee cup down. She still hasn't offered me a coffee. With a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. How do we know what the guy sounded like, though? It might not be at all. She arches her brow. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in a tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Lee Schmin style? Yes, the word whore was used. He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Lee Schmin, the young woman liked a new cigarette with the butt of her old one. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least he didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Lee Schmin. It was in his everything. Why say things like that, Machismo? Yes. Was he bragging? Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy to keep on living until they just sort of turned into his, she thinks. What's the word I'm looking for? She's quite observant about the human character, trained to observe even. Coping mechanism? Running joke. I was going to say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Letty's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the 70s conflict, the Lee Schmin massacre, and the 36 famine in Yisut all rolled into one person, then cast in orangey ceramic armour, which he wore in bed and in the shower. And you spent time with this person romantically? We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Lee Schmin here. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things here in Martinez, I mean? No. We were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed, she thinks, he seemed happy, I guess, at ease, as much as a man like him could be. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. I don't think anything's been cleared up at all by that. In fact, I'm more confused than ever. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name. Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Laley. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. Then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column to the left. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot because it takes a lot of effort reading all this stuff over several hours. In Orange, officer, it's, I think, municipality is the term. A nowhere town there. The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary, cows, silos, and wheat. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed a shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondile. I'll update the form. Look at Classy. You were both from Orange? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Orangenric. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Orange. It was bad habits. Sex and alcohol. No love for Mother Orange, but wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing. A military man, but not a patriot? No, he left the national service after they taught him to do what he did in Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. She takes a long drag of a cigarette and washes it down with coffee. A people person, a small platoon leader, certainly not a patriot. You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself. She hums. There's nothing on Monday. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Orangi did bring us together in loathing. I love Revachol, though. She looks around, the wind in her hair. I hope she loves me too. How old was he, miss? He was 42. We guessed 42, I think. Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no, the memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. The lieutenant tapped on his notebook. Once, as though assigning some kind of point. Whoa. Oh, it healed my health. I thought it hurt me doing that. Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. I did not know this was a competition, Kim. It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport. This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery. Don't talk about archery. It's still about getting hits right and not missing. That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. He makes another note. Where were we? Rhetoric. He's lying. His eye colour? Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed, then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know. It was strange, seeing those eyes in his messed up face. Pardon the swearing, she takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful soft voice. Very surprising, with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. Hang on, that voice on the tape did not sound like a beautiful soft voice. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That. What did it represent? Do you know? It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly to showing off to chicks, though. For showing off to chicks? How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Ooh. Is this Orange's lit? Yes, this is the very essence of Orange's lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. She leans even further back to demonstrate. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like... She points at the air with a sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says... She lowers her voice comically. That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done honourable things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo. No thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Give me some damn coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. I thought we were going to burst into song there. He was also poor, and the government of Orange needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Isles, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. She smiles faintly. A change of topic. We ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us? A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet, she grins. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. Haven't heard of that last one. How much does that toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it all for half of that. Save me some money. Make some myself. It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. I think we've finished with this line of questioning. Hand the lieutenant back his notes. Nice. New skill point. All right. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Still locked, unless I spend this in volition. Open up this white check. My volition is quite low. What did my thoughts get? That's not... That's only 36% done. Okay, so that's not done for a while. Indirect modes of taxation. The Wompty Dompty Dom Centre. That does not sound like a real place, does it? I don't know whether I should... There's lots more of other thoughts. I'm going to save my points for that, I think. Skills, though. What is my volition? I mean, I've got low in psyche anyway, and this isn't great. Let's level it up. I've got one skill point spare still. Let's come out of that. Let's see if this works now. Look her in the eye. Slight confusion about that bullet. It's 17% chance. Fail. I knew it. Don't worry, we'll protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We'll get there later. I think we've talked about everything there. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? That's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old. Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 litres of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh? Lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look? How old? 58. Maybe you're wrong. You're wrong about the deceased too. He was way younger. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy. Sure, you're 42. He squints. Let's go. He took pity on me. That's cool. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. Oh, date of birth generator. Let's see what this does. This could be a scary one. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long then? As this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust. Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were your... I think this is an important one. Let's internalise this. Confirm. I don't think it matters, but there. Skill point spent. I may come to regret that. We'll see where that takes me. That should be interesting. Can we go through this door yet?